guys, it's Sunday. Mustang Rebuilder here. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I know it's winter time and you know we got a new year. It's January. About 2 weeks away from my surgery. I'm kind of pumped up about it. I'm tired of hurting and I'm getting worse every day. So I decided to make a few videos beforehand. So when I'm kind of under the weather there, when I am under the weather, I plan on making a couple of videos for you guys that are really important. Those videos are going to be actually titled, they'll all be about how I became a blue collar millionaire in the business. And I could have taken any business and done this. And it's not the business, it's the person. I've tried to help a lot of people in my lifetime, and some have failed and some have really done really well. And I'll put that in the videos, how I did it. And how I started in the tree industry too, I'll put that in there. And I've run my businesses so unorthodox, anybody teaching business in college would say it just couldn't have worked. Well, I run my stuff differently. I kind of run it like, honestly, the videos would be called How I Built the Mafia Empire. And I couldn't have done it on my own without my brother and my best buddy Oscar, who also was on my fire company with me. My brother's also a fireman too. Built this all up being part-time. So I'm doing this not as a bragging thing or anything, but to give people hope. I got a new guy that'll be coming in next year slowly, and I'll show you him in the videos. He's a young fireman. He's the nephew of one of the guys who used to work for me that's on his own now, Oscar. Fantastic young man. And my brother and I and Oscar are getting older. You know, my brother's in his 60s, I'll be 60, Oscar's early 60s, you know. But you guys that are in your 60s, I'm being honest, you guys can still start up like you retired and do this after retirement. It can be done. Any business can be done this way. Warren Buffett did not become a multimillionaire or start to become one until after he was in his mid-50s. Okay, so it's never too late. And it's not about the money either. Truthfully, it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. Right? Anyway, to all you guys that subscribe to my channel, God bless you. I really appreciate you. When you guys make comments, you know I always answer them the best I can. And it's kind of therapy for me too. I'll tell you another video why, you know, I had a big accident a long time ago in the fire service. To all you military guys, God bless you. Thank you for your service to the country, policemen, firemen, whatever. Anybody that goes out and makes a living with these, thank you. Appreciate you. You never know when you need a plumber or electrician. Hell, I need one. My brother was helping me yesterday. Anyway, back to what this video is about today. Today's about that TV show, Gold Rush, okay? And why I think you should watch this. If you want to get into stump grinding, tree, anything in the trades itself, especially mechanic. If you're a dad, or even a mom, why, if you want your kids to be blue collar but be very successful, especially if someone's thinking about going into engineering or a mechanic, why you should watch that show. There's two reasons. First reason, yes, it's about, you know, you can learn a lot of basically financial stuff on that show. What it costs some of these guys when they explain what their fuel costs to get that gold, you know, how much land they had to clear, how they had to get a contract, how they had to deal with different government agencies. Gives you a little wide spectrum. It's not just, oh, look at the gold stuff and the money. There's a lot of, if you start watching a show and using this, you start hearing things and start, you know, if you were to take notes on it, you see the large expenses they put out. Sometimes they'll tell you how much fuel they use in a day or a month or that whole progress. I mean, it'll make you almost want to faint. You see how much fuel they use. Anyway, the second thing as a mechanic. So if you're a dad and you got a son, you like doing stuff, building stuff or whatever, watch it with your son or daughter, okay? Because in one part of the world, to you guys that sometimes write me from Australia, thumbs up to you, you have what's called bush mechanics. And they use that word in the show. It can say, because out in the bush, you Australian guys correct me if I'm wrong. You know, basically you're in the outback, you're in the middle of nowhere, okay? You break down. You know, you can't just go run to your Napa Auto Parts store or whatever. So these guys got to think outside the box how to repair stuff. And for you guys watching the, in the American way, the mechanics on those shows have to be fabricators too, because not only are they fixing the bulldozer, the track hoe, or the pumps and stuff like that, they also have to fabricate. So when those big shakers or the tremels that sift out and, for the goal, when they break or they take tremendous abuse, tremendous. The vibrations, the wear and tear, the rocks pounding on it. Actually, the metal sitting out all season, getting rusted, things break. And you see how they have to go in and improvise and, maybe use a piece of sheet steel here and there, cut it. And, time is money. So a great bush mechanic, or let's just say, heavy equipment mechanic, okay, has to have that outside of the box of thinking. A normal diesel mechanic can just say, hey, we need such and such from parts store. Or hey, Freightliner, call Freightliner parts, I need this, I need that, or I need a fuel pump, lift pump, whatever. And you can get it, typically in a day or two, worst case scenario. Those guys, they'd have to fly it in and call somebody willing to package it and ship it, or send a guy out for 3 or 4 days, get it in 3 or 4 days back. So you got guys that think outside the box. So I want you to watch that stuff. Learn how to fix things. Learn how to use tools and not in a regular manner. Sometimes we use it unorthodox. There was one episode, where they had to change a tire on this big excavator. No, actually it was a big, it was a loader, wheeled loader. And the tire was actually too small for that model, but it was the right height. So the guy, couldn't get it to inflate, so what did he do? An old trick, he shoots starter fluid in there, threw a match at it, boom, exploded, locked it on the rim, bam, they're up and running again. Time is money in those operations. So if you got a kid wanting to be an engineer too, have them watch it, because, when they break down, they give a little storyline, they give a little animated view of how they move the equipment, what needs to be repaired. As an engineering mind, if your kid wants to be an engineer, son or daughter, or, hell, if you want to be an engineer, watch it for a different purpose, not entertainment. Watch it for thinking with your mind outside the box. If you've never worked on anything mechanical, watch them use their tools. Learn it, Like I say, if you're not learning something new every day, you must be dead, right? And give me a second. I don't want to bore you. It's just a short video about, you young guys that maybe you don't have a mentor to show you something mechanical. So this is what it's for, okay? I want to give you outside avenues. Watch the Discovery Channel. If you like painting cars, something like that, watch the hot rod bills and watch those. They don't show you all the steps, but they do. And there's great guys on YouTube. I've said their names before. Watch them. And there's great mechanical stuff. YouTube's a wonderful place. And also books, don't forget. Sometimes if you're working on an old car or a certain piece of machinery, try to go to, my wife used to work at Goodwill. I used to go to the book department in there and find old Chilt manuals and stuff like that to repair stuff. And knowledge, hey, your brain itself, okay, is a toolbox. Every time you learn something, it's going in here. Like working around an older guy or a senior mechanic and stuff, if he happens to be kind or a good guy, watch what he's doing. He'll be glad to teach you. And each time you learn something, it gets locked in here. Later on, you become the senior mechanic, or you become the head guy, or you become on the service department, and the customer comes in, hey, the car is making this noise. You've been around. Experience counts for a lot. Me, myself, my brother, when I get tired, when I'm working on something and I'm frustrated a little bit, I walk away from it, I call him up, he comes over, I'll call my buddy Oscar, he lives across the street too, he comes over, it's a new set of eyes. I look at it, so you forgot that. And I said, God, how did I forget that? It's because you're tired, or sometimes you're looking at one object too long, okay? And then a fresh set of eyes, I look at it, hey, look, it's right there in front of you. My brother, he works on something. I'll give you an example. He's working on an old Ford 9N, or I think 9N, 8N tractor, okay? And my brother is so good at mechanical stuff, but he's really, I don't want to use that word, we'll just say persnickety, I guess we'd say, like he likes things perfect. So he was changing a water pump out on it, ordered a water pump from a company that's supposed to be remanufactured from the original models. And the water pump was off just a little bit. And it was rubbing against another piece of a bracket. And he was upset about it. He said, this doesn't fit exactly like it should. So I had the old one in my hand. I'm looking at it, and I cleaned off a spot. I said, hey, you called the company, you addressed the issue, but I'm looking at it and I said, this was ground down on a bench or hand file to fit in there. So they had the same problem even on this replacement part. Probably from the 1970s, a replacement part was still off a little bit. So we came over here, we put it on the grinder a little bit, went back, wham, and went right on. Perfect. But my brother's that good, He taught me a lot of stuff. Originally, he went to school for auto mechanics. And later on, he got a degree in criminal justice. He was going to become a lawyer. Now he's a fireman, but if he was a lawyer, I would have wanted him to be my lawyer, because good Lord, I feel sorry for the guy on the other side. He could rip somebody a new rear end, and then before they know it, their pants were ripped off of them. But, that's my brother, God bless him. He came over yesterday and helped me with my electronics, And Oscar across the street used to be CB, worked for me. So, anyway, surround yourself with positive people that are going to take you somewhere. If you hang around negative people, or you hang around people that just they exist, you're just going to exist. So I'm saying this because a lot of you guys want to get into business and want to get up or whatever. Hang around people with businesses that are going somewhere. I don't care if he's a lawn guy, tree guy, electrician, whatever he is, but he has his own business. He has some knowledge to spread on to you. All right. Now, if you see he has a business, but he's running it, halfway or whatever, take what you can from him knowledge-wise and find somebody a notch better, doing it better, all right? So, anyway, hold on for a second. I'm going to show you the sticker deal again, and I'll be right with you. It's time for the sticker. Contest is open to anyone in the world, okay? This is the original, this is the original. My saying, remember, if you're not learning something new every day, you must be dead. And hopefully you learned something today. Hey, it's the one my son drew. The new stickers are on their way. All right, so if you haven't won before, you know what? You pick which one you want, I'll send it to you. The rules for the contest will be in the description in the video section. And please do me one favor. It takes a lot of time to make a video, so if you could just give me a like button or subscribe, it helps out the channel a lot, okay? And another thing, I really, really want to tell you all thank you so much. And I'm going to share I'm trying to share every little secret I know about business. My father told me I was a fool years ago for giving people too much help or helping people out. He's a good man, but he just felt differently that you should hold all your knowledge to yourself or just to his sons, So remember, take time, family first. Your employees, if you have a small business or you work somewhere, take care of them too. They tend to be family too if they're good. To all you young guys, pick up a book. If you don't like to read, at least watch. Give me 15 minutes a day of some kind of knowledge or learning of something. Rather than watching something useless on TV or whatever. All I'm asking you is to read something on Google or YouTube, somebody, not even me, someone else. Learn something new every day, no matter what profession you're in, okay? And if you're a young dad, start your kids off young. Talk to them about little things, just little things. If you know how to read a map, teach it to your kid. Teach them that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. These are such simple things they don't teach in school anymore. Show your kid what a Phillips screwdriver is and what a straight bladed regular screwdriver is. Show them what a wrench is, what a ratchet is. Just 15 minutes out of your time a day, you learn something and give them a little bit of knowledge back. And if you're a teacher, just don't be a teacher. Be a great teacher. All right, you got some kids that don't want to learn or whatever. I'm sure he wants to learn something. Something has an Something hasn't caught him yet. Somebody hasn't triggered him. Someone hasn't become a good teacher yet to him, okay? So, I had teachers that, honestly, I had teachers that sucked. I didn't want to be there. But then I had every now and then, I had an instructor in there that, good Lord, I couldn't wait till tomorrow to get into his class, okay? And sometimes all it takes is a little bit of encouragement. Even on a job, don't treat the new guy like a piece of you know what. Make him feel welcome, show him around, put an arm around him. You know, if you're the senior guy, you have a responsibility to pass your knowledge on to someone else. Don't let it die. Other countries are going to come up from around the back and kick us in the rear end because you're selfish and you don't want to pass your knowledge on. It's just my 2 cents. With all that, I say, please, God bless you, enjoy your family, and take care of yourself till next time, all right? Talk to you soon, guys.